What's up, guys? It's Sam here, and I wanted to talk about getting this tripod set up so that it's even. No, I wanted to talk about, this is actually not connected to anything. I'm just going to pretend it's a microphone and I'm on stage and everybody's watching me. Hello. I see you, motherfucker. The most common question I feel like that I get, or one of the most common questions, looks like a tail of a beaver or something like that. It is a shotgun microphone. It's just not connected to anything. So one of the most common, let's get into the video. Okay, enough fucking around, Sam. But don't forget to subscribe and press that little bell notification so YouTube can notify you every time I post a new video. By the way, if you have questions, you can reach out to me on Instagram, link in the description. So one of the most common questions I do get on Instagram, why am I really holding this? No, I really don't have any reason. Is can I take these together? And remember, research chemicals are not for human consumption. Just because I do dumb shit doesn't mean you should do dumb shit. And everything that I do in these videos is strictly for entertainment purposes. Okay, so is the most common question, should I take this and this together? Does this and this work? Yes. So like, I think approaching things in the manner that someone, and so when you really dive deep into it, really, like, first of all, I'm going to go really heady on this, okay? We all want, to some degree, and I get it, because that's how I used to be, some type of validation from somebody else to do whatever it is that we want to do, and that a lot of times I feel like that comes from the upbringing, right? We want some type of validation for whatever decisions that we're about to make. And whether that's myself or somebody else or whatever the case is, I don't care. I'm not saying like I don't want them. I love the questions. Feel free to reach out anytime. But the validation is because we were taught not to trust ourselves or what it is that we want to accomplish, I feel like, in many scenarios. And that hurts a lot of people's self-confidence to just go out and do things. And I'm not saying, okay, right, like I'm not saying anybody doesn't have confidence to go out and make their own decisions by any stretch of the imagination. I just believe that there's potentially a deeper issue here that needs to be taken care of first, right? And then now getting into whether you can combine SARMs or not for research purposes only. And yeah, you can combine whatever the fuck you want. You know, like people, how like new foods are created, right? Like how pizza was created. Well, first of all, I don't know. I didn't look up pizza, but probably somebody was like, shit, I have some dough here and some cheese and some sauce. But I don't have anything to make pasta. Well, let's just combine these things together and we'll call it pizza. Like, that's how shit's made. Like, you just combine shit together and see how it comes out, right? And you test it, right? I test, like my girlfriend gives me a hard time sometimes because I'll test all sorts of weird combinations for food. I don't know. Maybe it's the next pizza, right? And it just tastes fucking amazing. I don't know. I just test them. I don't think I've ever once followed a recipe. Not once. Because you just make it how I want to make it and see how it tastes. And that kind of goes with taking SARMs for research purposes. You first, like, if you just want to see and test and learn, right, then it doesn't fucking matter. If you have a specific objective you're trying to achieve, then everything should align towards that if it's truly what you want, right? If you're trying to, say, get lean and shredded, say below 10% body fat, then using some type of research compound for research purposes only to achieve this is only like a tiny facet along that journey. Like, all the other pieces come into play, whether that's your training and your diet and your nutrition, like, excuse me, because I feel like some people just want to experiment, which there's nothing wrong with it. You can experiment all day long and just see how you feel, how you look, how you respond, what your experience is, right? Like, first time you smoked weed, right? You probably asked your friends and what it was like and all that kind of thing. They're like, oh yeah, blah, 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 you know, whatever the case was about smoking weed. And then you smoke it. And it's kind of like that, but it's different, right? Because you did it. So you're unique and you get like a unique experience along the way. And the same thing goes with these, right? Who cares how you try it? Who gives a shit if somebody judges you for the way you decide to live your life or the decisions you want to make? If you want to combine fucking LGD and Ostarine, you know, at 50 milligrams each for a couple of weeks, like, you do you. Like, just have the self-awareness to understand that, you know, shit might get fucked up, right? But as long as you're aware of that, you know, your endocrine system might have some type of issues. Maybe not. Maybe so. I personally haven't had any issues, and I've been researching for five-ish years, I think. Maybe 6. Oh, probably 6 by the end of 2019. I haven't had any great issues, but I'm not saying it's a smart idea. I'm not saying you should do anything I do. Just test it out and learn and see what the results are. Everything in life is kind of, especially when you're trying to achieve growth, like personal growth, not necessarily in the gym, but also in the gym. It's just an iterative process where you go in and you see what works, and then, you know, you test something out, right? And if it works for a little bit, then you maybe try increasing whatever that is. And that goes in life or with research compounds, right? You test it out and see what works, and you try a little bit more. Or you learn a little bit of piece of information here, and you stack that on, right? And it's just all the aggregation of those marginal gains that really start to add up, whatever you're trying to accomplish. I think that SARMs are extremely low risk. There's not a tremendous effect like you would get if you were taking steroids. When I was younger, probably 18 or 19 or something, I took a couple cycles of steroids, and then I've used testosterone a few times at just a TRT dosage. But what I took back then was, I have no idea what the fuck it was. Probably not a good idea. Also, I had no idea what the fuck I was doing, right? I'm 18, 19 years old. But it didn't fuck me up, and I didn't take anything else until I was like close to 30. So it's not that like, and everybody's going to respond differently. It's not that it's going to necessarily be some crazy result or something super negative. I think literally just taking an action, you're going to learn more through action. If you, like, I'm 34, right? So I've done a bunch of things already in 34, and I've still got, 3 more lifetimes to live. And in this short period of time that I've been on Earth, right? Like, you learn that the people who succeed, the people who accomplish crazy, amazing things, or design the life that they want to live, are the people who take action every day and move towards whatever it is that they're trying to accomplish. And now I'm just ranting. I don't even know. I'm all over the place. But anyways, if you guys like this video, make sure you press that thumbs up button. If you guys do have any questions specifically about SARMs and whatnot, let me know down below in the comments. If it's super specific, reach out to me on Instagram. It's better to reach out on Instagram just because of YouTube's policies. I'm not sure how, I don't want that to be construed that I condone human consumption of SARMs, because I do not at all. Okay? Anyways, appreciate you guys.